When people think of Rolex, they picture bold statement pieces, the Submariner, the Daytona, the GMT Master, but the model that started it all sits quietly in the shadows, the Oyster Perpetual. It's often called Rolex's entry-level watch, but even entry-level at Rolex means you're still parting with 6 to 10k on what is at face value a simple time-only watch. So, is the Rolex Oyster Perpetual actually worth it, or are you just buying into the name? The truth is, this simple watch has one of the most important legacies in all of watchmaking. Back in the 1920s, watches weren't exactly built for the real world. Dust, moisture, or even light rain could cause enough damage to stop them from working. Pocket watches stayed tucked inside clothing, protected from rain, dust, and the knocks of everyday life, whilst wristwatches at the time were something of a laughingstock among men. Due to their vulnerability and lack of accuracy, wristwatches were regarded as a fragile item of women's fashion. Then, in 1926, Rolex released the Oyster, the world's first truly waterproof wristwatch. The name was inspired by an oyster shell because the case was clamped shut like one, sealing the movement inside. To prove it wasn't merely a marketing claim, Rolex took a bold approach. They gave the Rolex Oyster to Mercedes Gleitz, a British swimmer who swam across the English Channel in 1927. She wore it for over 10 hours in cold water, and when she got out, the watch was still ticking perfectly. That moment made Rolex the brand associated with toughness and precision. A few years later, in 1931, they added the Perpetual Rotor, an automatic winding system that recharges itself with the movement of your wrist. Put those two innovations together, waterproof and self-winding, and you've got the Oyster Perpetual, the blueprint for every Rolex that came after. The entry-level Rolex, as many call it, is in fact the timepiece that defined the very essence of the brand. Now fast forward a century, the modern Oyster Perpetual is still that same formula. No date, no frills, no complications, just perfect proportions and bulletproof reliability. And sure, people love to call it entry-level, but that's kind of misleading because it's still Rolex and nothing about it feels basic. Even though it's the simplest Rolex, it's built to the exact same standard as the flagship models. The case is made from 904L oyster steel, incredibly corrosion resistant and built to shine for decades. It's water resistant to 100 meters, and the iconic oyster bracelet eludes prestige whilst offering the practicality of 5mm of instant adjustment for a perfect fit. Inside, the caliber 3230 powers the watch, a superlative chronometer certified movement with a 70-hour power reserve, designed to resist shocks and magnetic fields. It's built to last generations, a watch that will never fail you. The Oyster Perpetual carries the brand's founding legacy while making way for endless future possibilities. It's not a cheap Rolex, it's a pure Rolex, a distinct difference. For decades, the Oyster Perpetual was understated in essence, classic, quiet, clean, and usually in shades of silver, black or blue. Even the sizes were conservative. The largest Oyster Perpetual you could get was 36mm, a modest old-school proportion by today's standards. Then, in 2020, Rolex shook things up. They introduced a 41mm model, bigger, bolder, and paired it with a lineup of vibrant dials reminiscent of the 1970s, turquoise blue, coral red, candy pink, yellow and green. The watch world went wild. Collectors started chasing these fun Oyster Perpetuals like Daytonas and Submariners, especially the turquoise variants. Then, in 2023, Rolex introduced a celebration dial, the pinnacle of the 2020 colourful collection, setting the stage for a new wave of refined modern matte dials such as the pistachio, beige and lavender. So today, the Oyster Perpetual isn't just the understated Rolex anymore, it's got range. You can go ultra classic or full personality, minimalist or bold. It's evolved in size, in colour and in spirit, and that's what makes it special now. Nonetheless, even with all the updates and revisions, if you're after a bold, head-turning statement piece, the Oyster Perpetual might not be it. No matter which dial you go for, with the exception of the rare celebration dial, there's often this sense that something's missing, that extra touch of drama or flair that grabs attention right away. But that so-called weakness may in fact be its biggest strength. The Oyster Perpetual isn't designed to shout for attention, it's meant to fly under the radar. No rotating or fluted bezel, no ceramic inserts, no diamonds, just a clean, balanced, utilitarian design that quietly says, I know what I'm wearing. You can wear it anywhere, in a business meeting, at the beach, or out to dinner, and it always fits in. Sure, it may draw less attention, But it draws the right kind of attention. It's understated, refined, and confident. The kind of watch that doesn't need to prove anything, because sometimes the quietest statement is the one that speaks the loudest. So, is the Rolex Oyster Perpetual actually worth it? Well, that depends on what you value in a watch. If you're looking to display status in a bold manner, there are flashier Rolex models that do the job better. The Daytona, the Submariner, the Yachtmaster, the Day-Day. Those are the icons that scream Rolex. But if what you want is the essence of Rolex, distilled, pure and timeless, then the Oyster Perpetual is arguably up there when it comes to the expressions of the brand's DNA. You're getting the same craftsmanship, the same movement architecture, the same finishing, and the same obsessive attention to detail, just without the extras that add cost and complication. It's the gateway to the world of Rolex. The longer you own it, the more you appreciate the design restraint, the comfort, the dependability. It's a one watch for life kind of piece. Something that can quietly accompany you through the decades and still look relevant 50 years from now. And that's really the point. You don't buy the Oyster Perpetual to impress anyone else, you buy it because you understand what makes Rolex, Rolex. So, is it worth it? If you're after legacy, engineering excellence, and timeless design, absolutely. If you're after flash, probably not. Let me know your thoughts about the Rolex Oyster Perpetual down below in the comments, and be sure to check out our website distincttimepieces.com for the finest watch accessories such as protective storage rolls and straps in a variety of materials. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you on the next one.